violence or you don't show up for the truth.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. According to YouTube analytics, I literally have no subscribers that are on this slate, so I'm glad to see at least I have some people in here, because you guys should all be sleeping. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are following the Alex Jones trial. And put a 2 if you've never even heard of Alex Jones. Now, I don't want a fireman. Avery, I don't have 1 stitch of makeup on. Not one. Like, I was swimming before. I'm like, should I even go live like this? I was like, I don't want to go live looking like this. But, yeah. I don't have 1 stitch of makeup on. Like, and you can't use a filter on a computer. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, you use a filter. I can't use a filter on a computer. There's no way to do it. Or it would be so obvious. Okay, so some of you guys don't even know who Alex Jones is. Wow, a lot of you guys don't know who Alex Jones is. All right. Alex Jones was very, very big back in, I want to say, the early 2000s. He blew up with what's known as Infowars. He is like the conspiracy king. Literally, he comes up with every single conspiracy out there. It's where false flags came from. He really built like his own cult following. And anyone with a brain kind of knew this guy was an idiot, but a lot of people followed him. And a lot of people believed his bullshit. And a lot of people believed that he knew what he was talking about. He had inside scoop. To to make you guys understand, picture a much more educated Jim Terry. That's who this guy was, or is. But he's much more educated and much more well-spoken. But pretty much the same used car salesman, easy to convince weak-minded people of the bullshit that he's selling. And even some very intelligent people bought the bullshit that Alex Jones was selling, or he wouldn't have been the powerhouse that he was. After a while, TV media, mainstream media, all like shut him down. YouTube kicked him off, and all these media outlets kicked him off because his conspiracies were over the top. One of his, hey Desiree, one of his biggest conspiracies is what he's being sued for. And that is a $150 million lawsuit. By the way, he's only worth $135 million because he single-handedly, and let me also say, there's a lot of people that like outskirted from him. Like you'll hear me say, oh, where'd you get that, Alex Jones? Because Alex Jones would say something, let's say on YouTube, and then like 30 other creators would take what he said and make it their own, but the same premise would still be Alex Jones. Every conspiracy you hear probably starts with Alex Jones, because that's what he did. Twitch kicked him. Twitter kicked him. Everyone kicked him. And part of the reason, thank you, Tony, part of the reason why he was kicked was what he's being sued for. Alex Jones single-handedly convinced many, many, many people, and I'm not talking, you're morons. I'm talking tens of thousands of people that Sandy Hook did not happen. That Sandy Hook was a false flag. That Sandy Hook was a big conspiracy. And that it was set up by the government and so on and so forth. He even said they were all crisis actors. The term crisis actors comes from Alex Jones. Just to give you an idea of who he is. So, the gay frogs, I don't know. He was the one that got into, I forgot what it's called, Bohemian something. He claimed, they're all Satanists. He is the reason why people believe that Hillary Clinton is a Satanist. He is the reason why people believe that all these school shootings are false flags. Well, finally, one of the parents of one of the children that were killed at Sandy Hook got tired of it and decided to sue him. I know there was some kind of lawsuit years ago in which the parents won, and he had to pay them a significant amount of money and apologize and tell everybody that it wasn't a false flag, that he's really sorry that this happened, and that, this really did happen. This was after he was already totally kicked off of media. So now he's back in court. You believed him? Now he's back in court. And I have to say the court has more drama than I've ever seen in my life, including the judge. Today is only day 2. I'm trying to find where it's being streamed besides Law and Crime, because they do give strikes. But as far as I can tell, they're the only ones streaming it. But oh my God, it is insane. So I found a couple of clips to show you guys. The first one is a 5-minute clip. Law and Crime, don't strike me, but if you do, I'll take the strike because it's worth it. Holy shit. Now, after listening to this, you're going to be like, no way, no way, no way. Then I'm going to show you something I caught earlier from the judge that I kind of think maybe he's right. So just to give you an idea of how crazy this case is and how crazy this trial is, check this out. More than Johnny Depp drama. Bohemian Grove, thank you. Just wait. Oh my God. It is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Hold on. Check this out.
Or they get caught doing criminal things like paying off a judge or something. They have taken my right for a jury to decide if I'm guilty, and now a judge tells a jury that I'm guilty, and they're trying to hide that from the jury. And during the jury questioning, they were really...
Okay, can you guys see this dude in the back? Can his armpits be sweating anymore? Like, oh my God, dude, change your shirt or something. Like, wow. Oh, Bree, it's insane.
Really confused and kept asking, well, I thought you're innocent until proven guilty in criminal or civil trial. And she goes, well, this is a special case. I say he's guilty. She read that to the jury. I say Alex Jones is guilty. And now you're going to decide how guilty he is. And then they get up there and put all these edited videos out completely out of context. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. And this is the weaponization of the judiciary. It's absolutely horrifying. This is a witch hunt. This is a show trial. This will go down in history as one of the greatest show trials ever to happen, not just here, but even in places like Nazi Germany. I mean, even in Nazi Germany, they let you basically be innocent or proven guilty. They would then just rig parts of the trial. Here, she says, I'm guilty until proven guilty. Guilty until proven guiltier. Not guilty until proven innocent, like Nazi Germany, because you were guilty until proven innocent in Nazi Germany.
Who the hell compares a defamation trial to Nazi Germany? Like, come on, Alex, you're reaching a little too hard.
Here, I'm guilty, the judge says, and then they decide how guilty. And then, I mean, the process of this has been unbelievable. They have all our emails, all our documents, all our videos that we gave them. They defaulted as saying we didn't give them any of that. I spent millions and millions of dollars. They don't tell anybody that she's fined me $1.5 million, and we're not allowed to tell the jury that. She put an order out saying, you will not.
That's why I made sure, Susie, to show their logo. I'm not hiding their logo for that exact reason.
Tell the jury that you're innocent. You will not tell the jury that you're not getting a fair trial. This is an order and motions in limine. You will not tell the jury that you're not a bad person. I have to sit there while they go, he agrees he's guilty, and you're just going to decide how much he pays. This is the murder of your rights to due process, to the federal constitution and the state constitution of Texas, that in any number of just a few dollars, that you get the jury to decide if you're guilty, and then they decide damages in a separate group of hearings.
Mr. Jones, I hate to interrupt, but what do you have to say to the victims' families about the evidence that was laid out? We all know Sandy Hook's, it's happened, you mocked the parents. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, that wasn't, so you just said the evidence. That was a bunch of edited garbage. Did you notice he kept saying that I made fun of Heslin? I never said his name until today. And we're going to show all that in there. All lies, all lies. My fill-in host was just reading a Zero Hedge article because it was a huge controversy. I went on Megyn Kelly and said I thought it happened. I went on Megyn Kelly and said I was sorry. They didn't show you that. They showed a controversy about something that a news article on Zero Hedge said, that a guy on the radio was just reading a ton of articles hours and hours a day, and they make that a big giant conspiracy that we were attacking him. Never said his name. But I mocked him. You just said it. Aren't you smart?
You guys didn't hear that. What I said was he is the educated version of Jim Terry. I would even venture to say that Jim Terry probably idolizes Alex Jones and wants to be him. Swear to God.
And we also...
This is the incredible deception we're dealing with. I'm going to tell you again, you're having all of your rights robbed. This is a kangaroo court. This is a show trial. This is a constitution destroying, absolute, total, and complete travesty. This is lawfare. This is the weaponization. You see, this guy saying you've already lost.
You already lost, Alex. $150 million.
You see that you've already lost. See, because the judge said I was guilty. I don't have $1 million. That's another thing. I don't have $1 million in the bank. Brother, this is all. I know this is going to blow up in their face politically. Down the road, everybody's going to know.
Alex, what is the $8 million in cryptocurrency?
That was donated, yeah, and it's all been spent.
Money.
And it's all been spent.
That you got.
And it's all been spent, and it's all gone fighting this.
Why didn't you show up to earlier hearings? Why didn't you show up to the earlier hearings?
I'll come back and talk to you guys later. Well, I mean, why didn't Heslin show up to earlier hearings? I mean, I'm working on the air every day. I'm trying to run an operation. We're not allowed to tell the jury.
Is that more important than
We're not allowed to tell the jury that Infowars is bankrupt. And we're putting federal filings in showing we have no money to prove that.
Do you plan to be here the rest of the trial?
We got business here.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you want to be bamboozled and lose your First Amendment and lose your Seventh Amendment and lose all that, go ahead. You're having your rights to a trial by jury to decide if you're guilty or innocent stolen from you. This is a kangaroo court. This is a political action. It's a witch hunt. I'll be back later.
I am convinced they all idolize him. They probably all think Alex Jones is the kit and caboodle. The guy is a fucking asshole. But there's more. Me neither, Carmick. But I'm telling you, it's JT. This is JT and JLR's idol. Guaranteed. But hold on. There's more. And Wonder Twin, yes. I purposely put their logo there so they can't say that I ever try to hide it. Perfectly there. Loud and clear. People can see it's Law and Crime. They're the only ones streaming it. Alright, but hold on. There's more. There's another article that I found. I'm going to try to find it. Here it is.
They didn't show you that. They showed a controversy about something that a news article on Zero Hedge said that a guy on the radio was just reading a ton of articles hours and hours a day, and they make that a big giant conspiracy that we were attacking him. Never said his name. But I mocked him. You just said it. Aren't you smart?
I'm very smart, and we also...
This is the incredible deception we're dealing with. I'm going to tell you again. You're having all of your rights robbed. This is a kangaroo court. This is a show trial. This is a constitution destroying, absolute, total, and complete travesty. This is lawfare. This is the weaponization. Dustin, you've already lost.
You already lost, Alex.
See that you've already lost. See, because the judge said I was guilty. I don't have $1 million. That's another thing. I don't have $1 million in the bank. Brother, this is all. I know this is going to blow up in their face politically. Down the road, everybody's going to know.
Alex, what is the $8 million in cryptocurrency?
That was donated, yeah. And it's all been
that's
spent.
money.
And it's all been spent.
That you got.
And it's all been spent. And it's all gone fighting this.
Why didn't you show up to earlier hearings, Alex? Why didn't you show up to the earlier hearings?
I'll come back and talk to you guys later. Well, I mean, why didn't Heslin show up to earlier hearings?
We got paged at 11:58.
I have never liked Alex Jones, ever. The man is a fraud. He's an actor. He's not in cahoots with the FBI. He is a complete con man. And people buy into it and buy into his theories when the man is an idiot. He's not educationally an idiot, but he is like a preacher. He is a narcissist. He just wants people, like, he'll sit back and laugh behind the scenes while all people like, wow, that must have been a false flag. That must have been real. He's a fraud. He's an entertainer. He's not a news reporter. He doesn't have an inside scoop. He is an entertainer. And so many people don't grasp that. Okay, it is a defamation case, but check this out. Tell me, for all you guys who have watched trials before. Tell me if you've ever seen a judge do this. Hold on. Because just like somebody else, all he's talking about is himself. Me, 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 me. Oh, I had $8 million donated and it's all spent. You can't get anything. Somehow I doubt Alex Jones is broke. Just saying. All right, let me get to the trial. I know. Alex Jones. It was defense. Okay. So I'm going to play 3 minutes of this. Tell me if you have ever seen a judge act like this or do this or anything. It's as loud as it can go. It just happens to be low. Just wait till you guys see this judge. And it makes me wonder if Alex Jones is telling the truth that this judge said it. And you'll see why.
Attempt by personal injury lawyers to enrich themselves while silencing a political opponent and limiting every American's right to choose what they watch and what they listen to. I look forward to presenting this case today.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reynal. Before we break, I see people with gum in their mouth. It's clearly stated on the door, there is no eating, there is no gum in this courtroom. If I see it again, I'll stop. I'm talking, sir. The number one rule in court, fair or not, is when the judge is talking, nobody else is. Even if I interrupt someone. There is no chewing gum, there is no soda, there is no eating in this courtroom. If I see it again, I'll have you removed. There is no recording of any kind of the YouTube feed or the proceedings in this courtroom without prior written permission signed by me. No photographs, no audio recording, no video recording. So I'm not taking away everyone's phones in the room, but if we find out that you're doing one of those things, you will be removed. There is no talking in front of, or approaching by anyone of my jury. If somebody does that in the courthouse, they will be removed until this trial is over. Just want to make that very clear to everyone. We're going to break for lunch. It's noon. We're going to break until 1:30. My jury can go ahead and
for it.
out. The lawyers need me right now.
It doesn't matter when, but I have several motions today.
Oh my God, they cut it. I can't believe they cut it. The judge says, the judge gets loud and goes, when I stand, everybody stands. And I can't believe they cut it. It was there earlier. They must have snipped it out. Damn. Yeah, she was like, when I stand, you all stand. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, she is not playing at all. At all. But I can't believe they cut it. All right, so you like her? Oh man, I think she's the biggest bitch. The biggest bitch. I should have taped it earlier. I can't believe that she did that. You can go to the full version. It's up. That was the plaintiff's side. I had an ambassador tell me a thing once. Let's see. Avery, where do you see the full thing? Because that was the... Hold on. She's a total bitch. He's a conspiracy theorist, is what he's known as. Oh, wait. Nah, I'm telling you, I think Law and Order is the only one. Alright, that's him taking the stand.
Alex Jones, who has been found guilty of calling the deadly Sandy Hook school shooting a hoax, appeared in a Travis County courtroom today for his defamation trial.
A jury will now determine how much money the Infowars host will have to pay to the families of 2 victims.
CBS Austin's Paige Hubbard listened to today's proceedings and has the latest.
Alex Jones' attorneys say he did not cause the anguish the victims' families are suing him over. That was done by the gunman who killed their children. Now, the attorney of the victims' family say they disagree because Jones pushed a narrative that the shooting was fake for so long, it robbed them of an opportunity to heal in peace. 6-year-old Jesse Lewis is one of 20 first graders killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting. His parents, Scarlett Lewis and Neil Helslin, sat front row in a Travis County courtroom Tuesday, just feet away from Alex Jones. He's accused of harassing and attacking the families of victims after they publicly asked him to stop spewing false claims that the shooting was staged by the U.S. government.
Mr. Jones knew that his lies would damage Neil's reputation. He knew that. He knew that if he cast Neil and his family into the middle of this Sandy Hook lie, that millions of people across this country were going to believe it.
They're now suing Jones for defamation. Their attorney says he created a massive campaign of lies and even made fun of parents whose children were murdered. All of this has caused them mental distress.
If you've got a school of 100 kids and then nobody can find them, and then you've got parents laughing on, and then they walk over to the camera and go, but not just one, but a bunch of parents doing this, and then photos of kids that are still alive, they said died. I mean, they think we're so dumb.
In court Tuesday, Jones' attorney says he won't dispute that comments about the shooting were wrong, but says he's already been punished for his actions by being kicked off the internet. He also says Jones was duped by guests on his show who he thought were credible. Courts in Texas and Connecticut have already found Jones and his company Free Speech Systems, LLC, liable for defamation and causing mental anguish before the cases went to trial. When addressing media...
Come on, Eden. He was not reporting. He was making shit up. Plain and simple. I don't know why everybody thinks it was so odd. It was pretty cut and dry. Like, Psycho goes into a school and kills them. Where's the conspiracy? He's not lying about what? He's lying about everything. That's why he lost. You can be sued over a conspiracy theory that he was already found guilty on, yes.
Outside the courtroom Tuesday, he called the trial unfair. You mocked the parents. What do you have to say about that?
Did you notice he kept saying that I made fun of Heslin? I never said his name until today. I went on Megyn Kelly and said I thought it happened. I went on Megyn Kelly and said I was sorry.
This lawsuit involves two Sandy Hook families who are seeking $150 million in damages. Their attorneys say it's a huge judgment request, but it will help them deal with the pain that all of this has caused over the past decade. Paige Hubbard reporting, CBS Austin News.
All right. Yeah, it's not the first time he's made up crap, is exactly right. He does this with everything. Every single thing is a conspiracy to him. Every shooting is fake. Everything was a false flag. Every single school shooting that took place while he was on the internet was a false flag. It was all about taking the guns. Best way for me to explain it is to show you guys the opening statement. It's the best way to show you, because I could tell you everything that went on, but it still doesn't, I couldn't relay it as good as the attorney did. They play clips of him and you see what a moron he is. He's just an idiot. I remember dating someone who was a big Alex Jones fan in 2013? No, 2015. And I was like, why do you like this guy? I mean, this guy was a business owner. He was educated. Like, why would you like this guy? The guy is an idiot who just makes up things to get people to buy it and to get people to like him. And, you know, then it trickles on and then some people buy it and then it goes elsewhere. And this one's fake and that one's fake and this one's fake. He's just a bullshitter. He's a con man. He wants people to believe his bullshit. He wanted to be the biggest media source in the world, and he was for a minute. He really was. Yeah, I am Avery.
Have sued Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC for defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress caused by public statements made by Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC. You are not here to determine if Mr. Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC defamed or intentionally inflicted emotional distress on Mr. Heslin or Mr. Lewis. The court has already found that they have committed these acts. The jury's job will be to determine what sum of money, if any, would fairly and reasonably compensate Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis for the damages they incurred that were proximately caused by Mr. Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC's conduct, as well as what sum of money, if any, should be assessed against Mr. Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC as punishment for their conduct. Ordinarily, at this...
Well, you can't do it. If you do it, and you cause someone damage, you're responsible.
Second charge of the court, just so you understand what's going on. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, we always begin with the plaintiff. So, Mr. Bankston, whenever you are ready.
Thank you. You're on.
What I said was I want the idiots over there to listen to this opening very, very carefully. Especially Tropical Gal. Lean in real fucking close.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Mark Bankston, and I'm here to talk to you about two rules first. Well, we would if we were clicking, wouldn't we?
Uh-oh, sorry.
Let's see if we can get that going. Not a problem, Your Honor. There you go, thank you. Like I said, Mark Bankston. I first want to talk to you about two rules. This is the first rule. You can't recklessly tell lies about someone. You can't do it. If you do it, and you cause someone damage, you're responsible. This is the second rule. You can't recklessly tell lies about something important to someone. In this case, like the death of their child. If you do that, you know you're going to cause them harm. You're responsible for that. You're here because those rules are broken. And they were broken in a way in which the world has never seen before. But before we get into that story, you're going to need to understand two things. Who is Alex Jones? What is Infowars? This is Alex Jones and Infowars. Alex Jones is one of the country's most popular and most influential media personalities. Infowars is one of the nation's most popular and widely watched media networks. Now, some of you may be forgiven for not knowing about...
Bad Wolf, Alex Jones has never been dead on. The man is an entertainer. He doesn't know shit. He is a complete entertainer, and people like you buy right into it. He has never been a news reporter. He's always been an entertainer. And he lies, but it sounds good, so people buy it. And if you throw enough shit up against a wall, something's gonna stick. Don't forget that.
Mr. Jones, or the fact that Infowars is one of our widely watched news networks. And the reason is because we now live in a world of bubbles. We now live in a world where we all watch different things. We don't all just turn on the news on one of the three major networks and watch it back in like the 1950s. We now live in a world where significant parts of this country get their information from things that other parts of the country would never even see. And over the last decade, Mr. Jones has become incredibly influential over a segment of this country. And the thing about Mr. Jones...
Bad Wolf, every single year, he has said that a war was going to happen. Eventually, it was going to happen. Because he has said it every fucking year. We're going to go to war. We're rallying for this. We're doing this. We're doing that. Eventually, we're going to go to war. It didn't take rocket science.
Businesses doesn't quite operate like most media businesses do. Right? Most media businesses are a bit different than Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones started on radio. Right? That's where he became a big star. But Mr. Jones is one of the first people in this country, of media people, to understand the internet and what it could do. And long before most major media organizations even made their first steps into the internet, in the very early days of the 2000s, Mr. Jones was on the internet. And as a result, he has these radio shows, a live broadcast nearly every day. He has an internet website, Infowars.com, where you can view videos, news articles. And he has a YouTube site, or at least he did until very recently, where he got billions of views on that page. The other thing that's different about Mr. Jones's business is that most media businesses make their money through advertising. And you're going to hear from the evidence in this case that Mr. Jones makes a little money that way. That's how they operate. But the main way that this business operates affects the news they cover. Because what they really do, the primary way the business...
Hold up. Gabby Petito was not a crisis actor. She did a music video for somebody. She danced in a music video of a friend who made a song about Sandy Hook. She was not a crisis actor. No, there's not, Starflower. They're not. They don't even look like the kids. This is all Alex Jones, what he put out there. He put out there that, you know, these people look like they did at the Super Bowl and blah. It was all bullshit. It's like retraining people's brains. It was all bullshit. Those kids were not the kids that were killed at Sandy Hook.
This is our products. As you see here on the screen, in Exhibit 15. This is another example that you'll see in the sidebar of the articles you'll see in this case. Here's a product called DNA Force. It claims it's going to overhaul your body's cellular engines and protect them from reactive oxygen species. Now, these kinds of products dictate the kind of news that has to be told on Infowars, because you want to try to attract the audience that will buy these products. So that's what Mr. Jones did. His programming is very fantastical in some respects. In some respects, it's meant to convince you that powerful, shadowy forces in the world are out to get...
No, Gabby Petito did a video for a friend of hers. The video was online. She did this video for her friend. That's all it was. Yes, because it was a friend of hers.
And have put a cloak over reality.
Bad Wolf, I'm going to tell you the same thing I said about Dylan Round's mom. People are going to laugh. They're going to cry. They're going to go through different emotions. Just because someone laughs doesn't mean that their child wasn't killed. people go through different emotions at different times. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they had a fun moment. Are they supposed to be sad 24/7? No, they're gonna have moments where they're not gonna be sad.
Mr. Jones is going to take that cloak off and show you the real truth. That's what his media network's about. And for the past 10 years or so, Mr. Jones has become very influential. He has gained a position in media maybe unlike any other media figure in this country. And when he did that, 10 years ago, in 2012...
And I don't know why the volume is so bad.
Mr. Jones made a choice. And he made that choice. There we go. Made that choice on December 14th, 2012. That was the day of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Really one of the darkest days in American history. When you got to think back to 2012 when this happened. We'd never seen anything like this before. I mean, the idea of someone coming in and slaughtering first graders, we were all of us, in like a collective state of shock over this. But not Mr. Jones. You see, Mr. Jones made a choice that day. Mr. Jones decided he was going to go on the air that day with the title of a video. And that video was called Connecticut School Massacre. Looks like false flag, says witnesses. Now what's a false flag? It's interesting, it's an older term. It's a naval term from 17th, 16th century. And what it means is, let's say you were a Spanish ship and you wanted to attack a French ship, but you didn't want to get Spain in trouble. Well, what you could do is you could put up a British flag on your ship. You could fly a false flag. That's what that meant, so that you could attack the French ship without getting Spain in trouble. That's where the term comes from. But in the modern sense, in Mr. Jones's world, false flag now means something very different. A false flag is when a mass tragedy, shooting, or bombing was actually staged by the United States government, and particularly the Central Intelligence Agency, and that is fake. Didn't happen. I want to show you Mr. Jones on the day of Sandy Hook, as news was coming in of Sandy Hook. On his broadcast, he called Connecticut School Massacre looks like false flag, says witnesses. And you'll see that Mr. Jones is talking to somebody who has a relative in Newtown, and he's trying to coax out the information to prove that this was a false flag. Let's take a look at that clip.
I said, this is the attack. Look, people got to find the clips the last 2 months. I said they are launching attacks. They're getting ready. I can see them warming up with Obama. They've got a bigger majority in the Congress now and the Senate. They are going to come after our guns, look for mass shootings. And then magically it happens. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming.
As you'll come to see, when Mr. Jones says magically it happened, that's sarcasm. Mr. Jones means that it was planned, that it was all staged. That's what he's talking about. And over the next couple of weeks, you will see in this case, of the broadcast in 2012, that December, Mr. Jones continually was churning this idea that Sandy Hook was fake. By just 1 month after the shooting, Alex Jones, who had become patient zero for the Sandy Hook hoax, he had created a sensation. And by a month later, he had aired an entire episode entitled, Why People Think Sandy Hook is a Hoax. And for some of you, I think, and it hit me right at the beginning, is why? Why is he doing this? It's guns. It's about guns. Mr. Jones.
Anita, did it ever occur to you that he knew about it because he was part of it? Did it ever occur to you that he knew about it because he was around it? Did it ever occur to you that he knew about it because he was tight with Epstein or one of the others? Did anyone ever think of that? Probably not.
Knew that his audience were worried about it. Maybe even rightly, they were worried about, people wanted to own AR-15s.
Hey, Irvin.
Maybe there were going to be some new registration checks, or maybe they were going to ban the AR-15. Right? That's people that had that worry. But Mr. Jones played on that fear. He knew it. He knew they felt it. And so here's what he did. Jones told his audience that Obama was coming for their guns. So he told his audience that Obama staged Sandy Hook. And not that Obama ordered the murder of those children, but that there were never any children at all. That the school was fake. That it wasn't an operating school. That the parents were liars, paid actors.
Your Honor?
No.
Well, Your Honor ordered that all demonstrative exhibits be shared with the other side before, and this PowerPoint was not. So.
These are words that he's saying, overruled.
Okay.
And yeah, I have shared all the images in this stuff. Let's go back. Mr. Jones said that the school was fake. And it wasn't an operating school. He said that the parents were liars, paid actors. He said the funerals were fake. Their tears were fake. Everything was fake. So that Mr. Jones could have this story on his broadcast. This was a massive campaign of lies. That's what the evidence is going to show. And in fact, it is difficult to wrap your head around it. We have brought for you, we're going to be showing you in this trial, dozens of videos. 44, I believe. We're going to try to show you before it's all over. And we can't show you all of them, and I'm going to tell you why. If we were to sit down and try to watch all the videos that we have about Sandy, if I just put them on and let's play them and let you watch them, and we're going to spend the rest of this week doing it, we couldn't do it. We would not have enough time for you to sit here every single day and watch it. So I'm going to have to show you what I can. I'm going to respect your time in that. And we're going to be showing you clips from over years and years and years, and we're going to try to give you a full breadth of what happened. And the other problem we face is we don't even have all the videos. We know there's more out there. You're going to hear testimony about that. You're going to hear expert witnesses talk about it. We don't have it all. We can only show you what we do have. Right? No one really even knows how massive this was. Because some of that is lost to the sands of time. But this was...
Oh, I can see it in my chat how massive Alex Jones' words are. I have had many fights with Bad Wolf about Alex Jones. Many.
Done. This massive campaign of lies was accomplished because Mr. Jones recruited wild extremists from the fringes of the internet who were willing to be as cruel as Mr. Jones needed them to be. The first one of these is a man named Wolfgang Halbig. You're going to hear a lot about this man during this trial. Wolfgang Halbig, you will hear, was a former Florida state trooper. And then apparently he started some sort of security business. And Mr. Halbig was on Infowars all the time. They just had him on over and over and over. Because Mr. Jones needed somebody who could pretend like they were going to support what he was saying. And Mr. Halbig was willing to do that for attention. I want to show you of the many, many times that Mr. Halbig was on. Let's first watch this first clip from September 25th, 2014, in an episode entitled Connecticut PD has FBI falsify crime statistics. All right, and what you're going to see in this video is Mr. Jones describing Mr. Halbig, and then I want you to pay attention because you're going to see something very strange. You're going to see Mr. Jones do mocking imitations of the parents' crying to try to say that they're fake. You're going to see Mr. Jones say that there are photos of their children that prove that they're still alive, that they faked their deaths. Let's take a look at what Mr. Jones said there.
We're fearless, folks. Support us. Support Wolfgang. This is not a game. They are hopping mad. We're covering this. CNN admits they did fake scud attacks on themselves back in 1991, 1990. Would they stage this? I don't know. The penguins live in Antarctica? Wolfgang W. Halbig's our guest, former state police officer that worked for the Customs Department, and then over the last decades created one of the biggest, most successful school safety training groups, and he just has gone and investigated, and this is finally a $3 bill, and they've been... But man, Wolfgang, you dropped a bombshell of your scores of points, your 16 questions. If you've got a school of 100 kids, and then nobody can find them, and you've got parents laughing on, and they walk over to the camera and go, and not just one, but a bunch of parents doing this, and then photos of kids that are still alive, they said died. I mean, they think we're so dumb that it's really hidden in plain view. And so the preponderance, I thought they had some scripting early on to exacerbate and milk the crisis, as Rahm Emanuel said. But when you really look at it, where are the lawsuits? There would be incredible lawsuits and payouts, but there haven't been any filed, nothing. I've never seen this. This is incredible.
That's Mr. Halbig you're seeing on the screen right there. Mr. Halbig will come on the show and they'll do interviews. And we'll see some from Mr. Halbig too. We're going to see some videos of him talking. But that's the guy that he would be bringing on these shows to talk about this over and over and over and over again. The following day, they published this article on Infowars.com. This article reads, FBI says no one killed at Sandy. Now, let's just make this clear. Everyone now agrees. You're going to hear testimony from the author of this article. This is obviously wrong. You're going to hear, he didn't read the chart right. He just didn't scroll down. And they went with this and put it out to their audience. And the important thing about this is this story was Infowars' third most popular story ever. This was a viral sensation. Millions and millions of people saw this article. You're going to see the data on that. And when Mr. Jones realized the explosive popularity of these kinds of things, he doubled down. You gotta remember, we're 2 years out from Sandy Hook. No network is covering Sandy Hook anymore. Mr. Jones, though, saw how this was doing with his audience. It became an obsession at Infowars. You're gonna see that there are parts of Mr. Jones' show. You know, he has his live show, and he has these internet videos he puts up, and he also, he does a radio show. So he has call-in guests sometimes, or call-in listeners, who will call in and talk about things with Mr. Jones. And they were eating the Sandy Hook stuff up with a spoon, and Mr. Jones kept inflaming it. Here's an example from December 29th, 2014. This was called America, the False Democracy. In this clip, you are going to hear Mr. Jones say that these children did not die. Sandy Hook is 100% fake.
Let's talk to Kevin. Kevin, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling about Sandy Hook. Basically, my take on it is I live about 50 miles from Newtown, and the whole thing is pretty much the next step in reality TV. Because with other false flags like 9/11 or Oklahoma City or the Boston bombing, at least something happened. With Sandy Hook, there's no there. You've got a bunch of people walking around a parking lot. Is pretty much what it comes down to. And none of the
No, I've had the investigators on. I've had the state police have gone public. You name it. The whole thing is a giant hoax. And the problem is, how do you deal with a total hoax? I mean, how do you even convince the public something's a total hoax?
Very hard because, anytime I talk about this issue with people, they get criticized, blackballed, ridiculed, call every name in the book, or they respond with the magic words. They were saying on TV. There's no statement more proof positive of somebody who's been brainwashed by that stuff, mainstream media, than those words. They were saying on TV. Well, I always tell people the same thing. Go out and prove the official story. And I knew the millisecond this happened with that now fake picture of the kids being let out of school, that there's nothing that's going to sell this agenda like dead elementary school kids.
No, that's right. The general public doesn't know the school was actually closed the year before. They don't know they've shielded all, demolished the building. They don't know that they had the kids going in circles in and out of the building as a photo op, blue screen, green screens they got caught using. I mean, the whole thing. But remember, this is the same White House that's been caught running the fake Bin Laden raid that's come out and been faked. It's the same White House that got caught running all these other fake events over and over again. And it's the same White House that says, I never said that you can keep your doctor, when he did say you keep your doctor. People just instinctively know that there's a lot of fraud going on. But it took me about a year with Sandy Hook to come to grips with the fact that the whole thing was fake. I mean, even I couldn't believe it. I knew they jumped on it, used the crisis, hyped it up, but then I did deep research, and my gosh, it just pretty much didn't happen.
This kept up.
You can tell by the way he's talking, he doesn't even believe his own bullshit. He keeps looking away from the camera. I see JT. I do. That is who I see. Somebody trying to convince a whole audience of his bullshit, even though he knows it's not true. It's the exact same thing. So if you like Alex Jones, then you must like JT because they are two peas in a pod, for real. Well, JT is more of a wannabe, but they're two peas in a pod. They're both selling a bunch of bullshit that they don't even believe, but they want you to believe it. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Into 2015. The next part of our story. You'll see here another one of these call-in segments in an episode on January 13th, 2015. It was called Why We Accept Government Lies. Same kind of format here, except now Mr. Jones is starting to add new stuff. One of the things you'll hear in this video is that now Mr. Jones is saying that there were photos of a child at Sandy Hook that were used to stage a fake mass shooting in Pakistan. All right? It's confusing, but we'll get into it. I want you to take a look at this video from January 13th, 2015.
Yeah, when you're trying to, decipher cloak and dagger dirty tricks, it's pretty hard to do. It's just that when you learn that they were funded by Western funding, then you learn that it was the same Amarillo Lockheed Connection underwear bomber. Then those are big red flags that they were patsy provocateurs. The classic MO has been followed. And then, it kind of becomes a red herring, to say the whole thing was staged. Because they have staged the...
Gray, I heard that. I watched 5 minutes of that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't with them. I turned it off within 5 minutes. Avery, I am so disappointed in Tyler. I can't even with him either right now. How he lets him on his panel. I don't give a shit how many fucking views he brings. The fact that he allowed him on his panel after he's a real lifer. He fucking threatened my kid. He threatened Salty's kid. there's a certain line you don't cross, and JT crossed all of them, and Tyler wants him on panel. That I guess views are more important. Done. So fucking pissed off. I'm gonna play a couple more minutes of this.
Events before, but then you learn the school had been closed and reopened, and you got video of the kids going in circles in and out of the building, and they don't call the rescue choppers for 2 hours, and then they tear the building down and seal it, and they get caught using blue screens, and a email by Bloomberg comes out in the lawsuit where he's telling his people, get ready in the next 24 hours to capitalize on a shooting. So Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first. I knew they had actors there, clearly, but I thought they killed some real kids. And it just shows how bold they are, that they clearly used actors. I mean, they even ended up using photos of kids killed in mass shootings here in a fake mass shooting in Turkey. So, yeah, or Pakistan. The sky is now the limit. I appreciate your call.
Shortly after this, Infowars got its first YouTube strike. This means somebody made a complaint against the channel. In this case, it was a father of a victim. It was a father who had complained to Infowars because their son's photo was used in one of their videos. It was this whole thing about the Pakistan shooting, and we'll get into that. It's not important now. It's obviously a lie. But when they used the son's picture, they complained to YouTube for copyright reasons. That's how they figured they could stop it.
Bad Wolf, I don't watch any of them. I have no idea what's going on over there. Mickey, there's no excuse for it. None at all. There's no excuse for having a real life piece of shit who's insulting to everybody. And what did he get for it? So he brings him on panel, and all JT was talk about himself, the con man that he is, speaking to a real PI, and it was embarrassing, to be honest. It really was. Anyone that saw it knows what I'm talking about. It was embarrassing. I agree with you. Alex Jones is a clown. This is JT's probably idol. He was churning millions. BD and Tyler were on tonight. Yeah, I can't with that. I'm sorry. There's 1,000 million cases out there. I don't need to be pigeonholed into one case and swallow my integrity just to get views and numbers and money. No, thank you. Sorry, not gonna happen. There's an excuse. He goes for subs and views always. That guy never covers unpopular cases. I'm just saying, I'm over it. Me too, you two dumpster fire. That was my whole point tonight. I did acknowledge it, Eden. Anita, I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. Good night, Seymour. That's exactly what I'm saying. I will not support anybody that supports that man. Sorry. Nope. Exactly, Gemini. It's exactly right. There is nothing, like, did Doug even, I saw Doug's title, did the girl even come on, or was it bullshit? Because I kind of skimmed through it, and never once did I see some girl talking. You know, because said some girl joins us. Where was it? Another fake title? Because, like I said, I skimmed through it. There was no girl. Absolutely, twin thing. I know, Wonder Twin. Remember him just saying, thank you, Tanya, that lying is allowed under the Constitution. Oh, she is a big Alex Jones fan. Huge. MGL loves Alex Jones. No, it's only day 2. She came on and Doug trashed her. Oh, no shit? It probably wasn't even her. So if he trashed her, it was probably a setup. It was probably some girl. He had the paralegal on there? What paralegal? Tyler, I am so pissed at you. Like, I cannot even believe that you would have this real life piece of shit on a panel. Like, I just can't. So disappointed. He was horrible. It was probably someone fake. I don't doubt it was someone phony. Because there's no reason for him to go after her. Like, what did she do? I can't either, Carmack. I'm done. Done. Oh, MGL is ridiculous. But that's a whole nother topic. Whole nother topic. It would take me a year to go through her. The paralegal Doug trashed. Why would Doug trash a paralegal? Why would Doug trash a paralegal? But why would Doug trash her? Hey, Kim. Kim, I was thinking about you today. I was like, where has Kim been? Good night, Eden. She got 22,000 subs covering the same case, 3 videos a day for a month. Who? Oh, Marissa? I don't know. I didn't look. I know she got a bunch. She did more than 3 videos. He was saying, where's the proof? And even being mean to Black Dove. That's why I don't watch them. But watch what happens when Dylan's case ends. Watch where his views and subs go. Because she stated something as facts, but she didn't record it in a courthouse. By the way, as far as Doug goes, does anyone know? Someone left this for a comment for me, and I was like, I don't know how to even look it up. But was Doug involved in some kind of strip club lawsuit where he was suing a strip club for personal injury? Does anyone know if that was Doug? Anyone that's followed Doug, that knows Doug for a long time? Someone left a comment. I said, I don't know. Because paralegal didn't videotape in courthouse to back up her take on court hearing today. Okay. Yeah, I heard from Lindsay. Yeah, Susie. Meanwhile, they say a lot of people were pissed. I didn't see her sub count go down. I looked today. I didn't see it go down. Dre's 1 million+ subs, sub to her, waiting for the next fight. Yeah, that's true too. The whole thing is ridiculous. But that's what I feel like Doug and JT have done to this case. They turned it into the same thing MGL turned that case into. That's why I'm out of it. I mean, I'll still report if something happens, but it's the same shit over and over and over. There's no new news except drama that people bring in, and I got no interest in it. He says he was a bouncer at the club when there was a shooting. Oh, maybe that was it? Maybe that was it then. But someone asked me about it. I said, I have no idea. I agree, Anita. They act like children. They're real lifers. So now we're just inviting real lifers. I see all these women like, oh, we love you, JT. I'm sorry you were knocked on your head as a baby. Like, whatever. I only watched a couple of minutes because I saw he had Jason Jensen on. So I was watching that, and then I saw JT go up. I was like, wow. It's not a game. I agree. I totally agree, Gray. It's not a game. But earning that many subs in a month, she probably made 30,000 between the money she's made, super chats, PayPals, and all those subs. I don't doubt she made that kind of money. I agree, Wonder Twin. Anybody that supports him, don't ever cry when someone goes real life on you then. That's all I can say. And that's what people don't realize. You think I'm the only one who's ever gone real life? Like, that he's ever gone real life on? Okay. Yeah, but Mickey, he shouldn't have been allowed on at all. Like, there is not 1 ounce of evidence that JT has ever put out that's been legit. Not one. He has no facts. He doesn't ever proof. He never has proof of anything, and he just runs his mouth. He's like Alex Jones. Alex Jones at least can show proof on things, but JT never shows proof on anything. He's been a con man since found as early as 2002. He's been a con man. Nothing changes. Yeah, all from that one case. Capone is unknown Capone, but there are clones of him. But if he's blue in my chat, then that's him. She's entertaining. I don't know. I find her really annoying. Every time MGL says, don't send me money, she makes an easy 300 super chat. JT gets pissed because Ty has taken his place with Doug. Nah. Ty hasn't taken his place with Doug. JT's live and he's been harassing me now. Told him don't mess with me. He said bring it on. Yeah, he said, oh, nobody's called my dad yet or something. Nobody's called my family. Didn't you just accuse me of calling your family? Oh, you mean you lied again. Shocker. Shocker. You lied yet again. It's like reality TV, like watching a... See, I don't think so, Gray. I find her highly annoying. Like, seriously fucking annoying. Yeah, watermelon Tic Tacs. So, speaking of JT, I started to go through something last night on, whatchamacallit, on Queen Bee's channel that I want to complete on here. I gotta pull it up. Hold on. She just wants to be a star, and she's not. So it is what it is. Okay. So this goes back to 2016. Whoop. 2016. Remember Jim Terry, aka James Terry, the scam artist and willful kicker in indoor football? If he comes to you with a business opportunity, you might want to look this over first. Here's some public information you can find on him with a little effort. I'm sure you can find more if you look hard enough. His mugshots and a screenshot of some of his arrests are below. Be aware that Jim Terry will harass you if you comment on this thread, even though this is all public information found on the internet and court sites. So if you're concerned, don't post in this thread. This is from 2016. He's now harassing families of missing persons, claiming to be a PI. Scam artist, this is 2018. Scam artist Jim Terry flopped and laid on the field untouched after a kicking attempt. He kicked for the 17-man travel-only Peach State Cats team, who got blown out, of course. He didn't get a kick past 30 yards, reportedly, and was inebriated during the game. And that's him passed out on the floor. Jim Terry is trolling again. So as a reminder of what type of person he is, read the attachment to this post. This is what I'm going to get to. 2015, Jim Terry is back being a cancer and harassing people. If he Facebook friend requests you, it's best to decline. Apparently, he's back again. 2013, I need some info on a guy that played indoor football, James Terry. I was going to purchase some dasher pads from him, but when I asked him for a picture, he stopped responding. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Okay, but what I want to show you guys is this. Hold on. Now, also keep in mind, and I truly, truly mean this, the difference between me and Jim is I have gone after Jim personally. I have talked only about Jim. I have never gone after his family. I've never attacked his ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, and all of that jazz. The only thing I have done is show who Jim Terry is, past, present, and future. Jim, on the other hand, can't attack me personally, so he's gone after what he thinks was food stamps, which is a joke anyway. He called my ex-husband. Who knows who else he tried to contact. But all these people that are rooting it on and think he's so wonderful, don't cry when it's done to you. Because if you support a real lifer, then you support all real lifers. And also in Tyler's chat, by the way, I don't have my phone with me, but just to show what a piece of shit he truly is, right after he got down off panel, there was a troll in there trying to put down Jason Jones. Like, that wasn't too obvious that it was you, Jim. Try again. Just like some chick that's leaving me comments. Yeah, voices. I know that's you. You're really fucking obvious. Okay. All right, this was written in 2015, I think. This is Dennis Justice, president of sports in Fletcher, North Carolina. I've tried getting a hold of this guy. Yes, I'm one of the supposed 4 or 5 internet posters hating on Jim Terry. Otherwise, you don't know me. Probably will never meet me or talk to me. You do not have to heed anything you're about to read. Frankly, you don't even have to read this letter. It's pretty long, so I couldn't blame you. But if you are concerned about your company's name being embarrassed or dragged through the mud by someone you just met recently and did not do a real examination on, I would strongly recommend reading everything in this letter and following up on every single link and resource I provide for you. Hey, Nikki. Jim Terry is a cancer to minor league sports, especially to indoor football. This is not just my opinion. Many of us who have followed minor league sports for many years will attest that everything I claim here is exactly and totally true. Among the many reasons you should cut off Jim Terry. Jim Terry is a convicted criminal. Jim Terry was convicted of check fraud during his days in Florida running an athletic recruiting service, not incidental checks either. But, okay, that link don't work. Let's see if this link works. Nah, they don't work. I guess it's too old. All right. Please note that the document said change of plea guilty, which means he originally pleaded not guilty to check fraud. He copped a plea to get probation to avoid jail time. Evidence D. Jim Terry is banned, okay? Jim Terry is banned from all public schools in Pinellas County, Florida. Tell me how someone gets banned from every single public school in a county. Can someone explain that to me? What would you have to do that's so fucking horrible that you are banned from every single public school in Pinellas County? 2004, Terry, who played a countryside before transferring to Youngstown, Ohio, Cardinal Mooney, before his senior year, faces arrest if he steps on the grounds of any Pinellas County school because of a trespass warning stemming from an incident with a coach. Jim Terry violated NCAA regulations running that same recruiting service. As you know, NCAA regulations prohibit agents involved in the college recruiting process, as well as many ethical issues with claims of his resume, client relations, and flat out, thank you, Joseph, and flat out being able to handle sporting events. If anybody else wants to join Joseph and get on that sticker train, you go right ahead. Some parents already saying they do not trust Jim Terry. Let's see. Page not found. I have a feeling a lot of these links aren't going to work. Evidence B, what is this guy selling? This easily is one of the most damning stories about Jim Terry. Many red flags should be raised after reading this reporter's story. Let's see if it works. Nope. So these are from like 2011. I don't think any of the links are going to work. I haven't checked them. Please note the shoddy temporary goalpost and smaller rubber footballs. Evidence C, Jim Terry's own words. Please note that he claims to have recruited O.J. Simpson to be involved. Evidence D, Jim Terry's response to claims he broke NCAA regulations. Evidence E, Jim Terry's supposed high school all-star game not shown on television anyway, and which leads me to believe that Jim Terry was a high school player, and that was his glory. That was his glory. I'm not on Internet Explorer. Evidence F, forbid coaches to attend the game or watch tape anyway. Please note, Terry, when asked why players didn't get copies of the tape, said that some other production guy's job, and my hands are washed of that. Real caring about his clients, huh? Thank you, Cambolina. Anybody else wants to jump on that super sticker train, you go right ahead. And it's much appreciated. Jim Terry has leached off Maurice Claret even when he was coaching in Steubenville. Jim Terry mysteriously resigns from Steubenville coaching job, claims sickness. He was coaching the Carolina Ghost Riders to the ground just 3 weeks later. Resigned due to health issues. Bull. Jim Terry coached the second and final home game for the Carolina Ghost Riders. One of the big four, as I call, as to who's responsible for that debacle. Funny how he's referred to as a mysterious stranger by the Mountain Express, claiming he had the story of the century. Sound familiar? Yeah, peaked in high school. I couldn't think of the word. Jim Terry was interviewed spewing nonsense about his career while the reporters were just ripping his team's absolutely hideous turf boards and general operation. Let's just say the videos of the game are a great embarrassment to Asheville. The local reporter Keith Jarrett commented on a local radio show last Thursday that Jim Terry was a clown and mentioned the phony league in Ohio. If you are not convinced something is wrong with Jim Terry by now, please stop reading. Delete the email, the file, any reference you have to this document because you're lost. Otherwise, please, by all means, continue. Jim Terry is not supported by Youngstown, which is his market base. Jim Terry has a nasty habit of bashing people who were once on his side. He repeatedly said Cleveland sports fans were stupid for supporting Cleveland teams. Should they root for the Dallas Cowboys then? Maybe. Hold on. Maybe it has something to do with this editorial. Hitmen. Terry mismark with area football fans. I had a chance to read the story by John Virgo about the newest Arena Football League team, the Mahoning Valley Hitmen, on Tuesday. Now, with 2 indoor football teams in the arena and playing their games about the same time next year, the Mahoning Valley football fans may have to choose which team they will support and spend their hard-earned money. As the former president of the Ohio Browns Boosters fan club of over 500 members, I feel the fans should be better educated between the 2 teams and the leagues they represent. Here is what research I've found. Though GM Jim Terry and the Mahoning Valley Hitmen, former coach of the defunct Carolina Ghost Riders, claims that he has played for 9 Arena Football 2 teams, I can only find him playing in 1 game on 1 team in this league. At one time in 2004, he tried to hire O.J. Simpson to coach the All-Star game of his. This is the same person who is now trying to bring in Maurice Claret with his checkered past to play on this team. Are these types of people Mr. Terry likes to surround himself with? I'm wondering if we are all proud of the team's name Hitmen. Mahoning Valley residents appear they would soon like to forget his past heritage in this regards. Try explaining the new name to your kids and what hitmen and getting whacked indoors mean. In a June 28, 2004 article in the Tampa Tribune, this is what was reported that Terry had to say about high school football coaches. If you did not play college football, you should not have a head high school football coach because you don't know about getting those kids to the next level. I find this statement appalling. One of the most respected and successful high school football coaches in the area is Niles football coach Phil Annarella. He never played college football. He has sent over 100 kids to play college football in his 30-year career. Didn't Coach Annarella win a state football championship for Warren in 1990? Ironically, Coach Annarella received a phone call just a few weeks ago to coach the Hitmen, which he immediately declined. Along with recent comments about the 60-year-old naked man and mascots not wearing any pants, he has offended a lot of people already, including new GM and local native of the Mahoning Valley Thunder, Adam Tokash. Though Mr. Tokash has a degree in sports marketing and business management, Mr. Terry claims that you need football people to run these type of organizations. Can Mr. Terry give us an example of just one successful team that he has either managed or owned and is still in existence? What college degree does he hold? Which would mean none. This league, Mr. Terry calls the Eastern Indoor Football League, has no information on the internet, and no league officers or a commissioner can be found. The Secretary of State of Ohio does not even have their name, Mahoney Valley Hitmen, registered. You see a pattern, guys? Apparently, he has 3, maybe 4 teams in its league and is yet to play a single game. How successful can they be? He claims that 3 other teams may join him in his newfound league next year: Huntington, West Virginia, Steubenville, and Miami Valley. All 3 of these teams deny the erroneous statements Terry has made about joining this league. The league in which the Mahoney Valley Thunder is a member of, Arena Football 2, is a member of the Arena Football League established in '86. It has been around and established now for 7 years, with teams averaging close to 5,000 fans per game. Hang on, hold that thought 1 second. All right. Currently, there are 23 teams in this league, which is expanding to 26 teams next year. It has 1 team in its league. It's averaging 10,000 fans a game. Now they have league headquarters in both Chicago and New York and a league commissioner. Now, which league sounds like a flash in the pan, or a league and a team will be flown in out? Furthermore, Terry goes on to say that he can operate this team without 1 fan, and that they have strong sponsorship. What sponsor will pay anything if no one shows up to see the product? The Thunder appears to be focusing on building a fan base in the community. When I called Mr. Terry of the Hitmen about season tickets, by the way, it was on a cell phone, no less, one of the first things he wanted to tell me about was how cheap the beer prices will be next season. Sounds like the place I want to bring my kids, grandma, and dog to. Though the tickets will be a little bit more expensive for the Mahoney Valley Thunder, it will be well worth the price of admission, as the games will be played at the beautiful Chevrolet Center. My season ticket money is with the Mahoney Valley Thunder. From what I've seen so far, it will be a well-organized class act organization that has a professional staff and a strong league affiliation and ownership. The question will now be, will the Hitmen ever play 1 down in 1 game next season? Jim Terry's conduct on message boards and TV radio shows is despicable. Jim Terry is banned from virtually all reputable message boards and chat rooms in the arena indoor football world. He is also banned on other message boards, including the Best Minor League website. He called in a Mahoney Valley Thunder television call-in show under false pretenses and was told he had 0 credibility by the people on the show. This was live. He was called a leech by Dan Patrick on his radio show, then was told he had his 15 minutes. James Terry posted the video of his appearance on ESPN News, with that interview making a jackass of himself defending Maurice Claret. He's proud of this. Jim Terry, along with his friends, is well known to post under phony names even after ban, to stir trouble on those same sites. The Vindicator site, which he could post without registering a screen name, would make it harder to keep him off. It is strongly believed by us that when things started to turn against him, he wanted the thread purged because he was being exposed as the scam artist he is. Among many things, it is strongly believed done by Jim Terry on the Vindicator board: A, used abusive vulgar language, made personal insults to other posters and their relatives, posted as fans who bought some of his fictional season tickets, By the way, marketing false sales to boost sales is fraud. Duplicate posts and other tactics to try to get the vindicator to purge the thread. Similar juvenile acts. Many of the posts were deleted, some were not. The vindicator finally closed the thread after this post. Jim Terry or his brother, also known as Mr. X or other friends, has repeatedly and shamelessly insulted my wife. Pardon the language. Said she had a smelly snatch, was a prostitute, had an abortion with another man's baby, did pornography. Too bad the skin color was wrong. You get the idea. Jim Terry is very well known to do these kind of tactics to anyone who crosses him. In case you doubt it's him, on Jim Giles' internet radio show, and this is taped, Jim Terry called in and said he wanted to bend Giles' wife over and do her in the ass. He then called right back and said it hurts when I pee before he got cut off. Both Giles and Mr. Moorhead will confirm this happened. Evidence B. He admitted to making some comments to him on the Moorhead internet radio show, posted on December 23rd. So we're going back 12 years already. Please note the offensive comments Jim Terry makes. He claims that after he beats up Giles, he will repeat those offensive comments about his wife to her face. This is the man you're doing business with. Evidence C. The actual thread. Note the number of pages and posts. This was possibly the most read thread in the newspaper's history. I did not even start posting in this forum or even knew about it until around page 58. There are many people who know the history of Jim Terry and wanted to warn people about him. I did, however, have friends from the area who wanted my insight, since I have been following of the minor league sports world as a fan on OurSportsCentral.com for about 9 years as signed guy Dino. Reason number 8, Jim Terry has deeply offended the people in the area. The Regional Chamber of Commerce expressly suggested that nobody should do business with Jim Terry. Besides the obvious concerns about having a team called the Hitmen, they point out some of the questionable conduct Jim Terry has done in Youngstown. When the chamber gives the proverbial middle finger to someone, that says something. Jim Terry then proceeded to refer to the chamber as filthy pigs on the Moohead radio show. Jim Terry guaranteed violence at the rival AF2 Mahoney Valley Thunder games. Jim Terry has a track record of tearing down anyone else to make himself look bigger. I can go on. Believe me, I can. I can mention other things like claiming to have 2 college degrees, falsely claiming to be a 7-year arena veteran. Now, so this gives you an idea of the time frame. The time frame, this said he was 7 years. Now he claims 20. So this is 15 years ago, 14 years ago. His career is a joke, one coach calling him a garbage kicker and such, but you get the gist, I hope. The league was going to fail even if I never posted a thing. I could have backed off, that is, until it got personal when he attacked my wife. Typical Terry behavior. He's been told not to call my house and harass my family, and he still tries to. He's beneath me, and my family doesn't need to talk to convicted criminals. He attacks me the hardest because I post my real name. Doesn't this all sound really familiar? Jim Terry is known to try to get enemies he knows fired by calling their employer. And because I'm pointing out the idiocy in his scams and incompetence, I could be this guy. If you remain with him, I have no sympathy for you. Oh, I'm sorry. So I have no problem warning others about him, but I can only do so much. If someone wants to be deluded, I can't help him. If you remain with him, I have no sympathy for you. Ignore him telling you how everyone else is a snake and he's the good guy. Bull. Forget his promise of the moment. Look at his lies from the past. If even a few of these lies are true, you should drop him quickly for your own good. He will embarrass your company sooner or later. If you decide to cut him off, do it and completely. No return, period. The sooner the better. Either way, you'll find out sooner or later that you were duped. Jim Terry is a no-good, two-faced, lying slimeball, and you should do far better research into minor league sports into the future. In the future, I recommend our Sports Central, the best minor league sports website out there. For reference, it's always a good starting point. Unfortunately, people have to learn the hard way. That's all. Dennis Justice. P.S. I am so sorry I forgot the punchline. This is the field that Jim Terry named Frontline Insurance Field. Right there. Nope, I'm not joking. This is Frontline Insurance Field. It is not regulation for indoor football. Where's the parking? Other pictures linked below. Here was the great jamboree Jim Terry held. This is on Frontline Insurance Field now. Note the field is nowhere close to regulation, and please ask yourself, where are the bleachers for this supposed 700 season ticket holders? This was so great that the New Jersey team saw the field and turned around, not playing a single game, then immediately left the Eastern Indoor Football League. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. I fear how many thousands you lost in dollars to this scam artist. Take care, Dennis Justice. Yes, he did claim it was arena football. It was a large shed. That's exactly right. So these pictures are from 2006. 2006. That's how old this. Yeah, they're all gone. But that's how far back this shit goes. That's how far back this goes. I know. You're right. Dancing with Wolves. I should. But this is like crazy. Crazy, crazy. So, yeah. And this is all public. This is all out there. Like, this is totally public. I think it was, no, I don't think it was a large shed in Jersey. I don't know where it was. But the Jersey team that he was supposed to play with took one look at it and took off. Isn't that crazy, though? And I feel like me and this guy could, like, be besties. I mean, just to go back to 2006, we're now in 2022, and nothing has changed. He's the same scammer he was back then. Yeah, of course you'll be a good kicker when you kick in a shed. I agree. But it's just odd that it's the same thing. It's the exact same story. Like, he attacks people. He goes after your wife. He goes after your personal life. He goes after this. It's the exact same story as he has now. So, and I agree. If people don't want to, people don't want to listen to all the proof that's out there, when you get burned, well, don't come crying. When he destroys your channel, don't come crying. Plain and simple. Kim, don't worry about Tyler. I will deal with Tyler. Don't worry about it. I got it. But it's crazy. Pros don't talk about it for years. But I'm telling you, according to Dennis, he was a high school person. He may not have even gotten out of college. Sounds like he never even graduated college. Going after his wife, calling in to show he is mentally ill. I agree. It's crazy. He definitely should be locked up. I agree with that, Karmic. And, I've heard people say, well, why don't you just not talk about him? Okay. Why doesn't he stop selling shirts of me? The bottom line is, unlike many, I'm not scared of Jim. Jim can do whatever the fuck he thinks is best for him. I don't care. Call whoever you want. All I'm going to do is just keep a record of it. Keep track of it. And that's the more mistakes he makes, the bigger case I have. So keep making those mistakes, Jim. Keep Keep calling people in my life. Keep harassing people. You go right ahead. Do whatever you got to do, dude. Whatever gets you through the day. It still doesn't change that you're a con man. It still doesn't change that you're a piece of shit. It still doesn't change that you're going to cross that legal line, and then I gotcha. So it is what it is. He's not a man, Joseph. That's why. Real men don't do shit like he's doing. At all. Do you think someone pays those? He's doing it for attention. Oh, he's definitely doing it for attention. He's destroyed his PI career. I mean, he absolutely destroyed his PI career. Plain and simple. He lives in a trailer or a camper or a trailer. I mean, he has no home base. He's 45 years old, still using daddy's address. He's pathetic. He does have all these cult-like followers. He sure does. No respect for them at all. He's an e-begging fraud. You got that right. And he's been doing it since early 2000. Maybe earlier. But I thought it was funny that this justice dude said that, that he, he only goes after him because he uses his real name. Yeah, because I'm easy to find. He blows up his own spots. I agree. Jim picked Dylan R. schooling apart for leaving early. What about Jimmy? But that's what I'm saying, Lacey. The begging is pathetic. I totally agree. Gemini, someone left a comment. Oh, do you know he's selling shirts? No. I'm sorry. I said, yeah. I said, it's free promotion. My people don't even have to buy a shirt. A perplexed shirt. Jim's doing it for me. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. He's ruined it. Yeah, he's ruined his chance of ever being a PI. He's just such a fraud. No, I only watched a little of it on Queen Bee's last night. I have no desire to watch him. None at all. He's a low-achieving sociopath. Exactly. I'm actually honored that he's taken so much interest in me. Okay, thanks. I know I got haters. I don't give a fuck. Haters are haters because they're jealous or because they may not like you. Okay, so don't like me. I don't give a shit. Thank you, Tony. Not everyone's going to like me. I'm okay with that. But I'll tell you, if you don't like someone, why are you watching them all the time? Just saying. He's here to make money any way he can. Oh, but he's e-begging heavily with this PayPal. He's a joke. It is. It's free promotion. Let him fucking sell. I hope he sells 2,000 shirts. I really do. Let everyone buy one of his shirts that say Perplex QT and walk around with it. I don't give a shit with pictures on it. It is. I couldn't ask for better promotion. Like, for real. Absolutely, Mickey. Honestly, the more successful you are, the more haters you got. So it says a lot to me. Because the only people that hate me, like truly hate me, support people like Jim. Or con artists. Not every single, but the haters that I can think of off the top of my head support scam artists. Need I say more? Whether it be a female con artist who robbed money from cancer kids, whether it be someone like Jim Terry, whether it be someone who said they were using $20,000 for an attorney. There's a pattern with all of my haters. Well, not all of them, but a lot of my haters, there's a pattern. They all support scam artists. I got nothing for them. The light bulb goes off. There you go, Mickey. Those shirts may go viral and Laura blow it. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Go right ahead. Fucking sell as many shirts as you can. I think it's great. When is all this history? Thank you, Joseph. I know I have an army behind me. Thank you so much. And buy a t-shirt if you got a piece of the action. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people think I'm upset that he's selling these shirts. I hope he sells 10,000 of them. I hope every single hater that I have walks around with a Perplexed Q t-shirt. I really do. That would be fucking awesome. He didn't set up PayPal proper and people telling him PayPal doesn't work. They all say you're a hater if you ask questions. I know. Just because you ask questions doesn't make you a hater. He can't afford it. Oh, I'm sure he's taking money up front, Karmic. I'm sure he's taking money up front. You want a t-shirt? Well, you can. I mean, I actually have Perplexed QT t-shirts. But for some reason, YouTube won't let me sell them, and I always forget the website they're on. I'm sure one of the mods have it. But I actually do have real merch. If you think about the free... It is free promotion, though. Think about it. How freaking awesome is it that one of my haters is selling my shirt with my name on it and my picture on it? Okay. That's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you. Who knows Dancing with Wolves? But I'm just saying, people saying, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. Mindy, no, don't tell me that. Don't tell me you love Alex. But yeah, I got no problem with him selling shirts with my logo on it or my name on it. None at all. I think it's great. And I really mean that. I do. I think it's great. Can't ask for more. Seriously can't. That is like the biggest thank you. He should at least send me one. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I hope he sells thousands. They think you're greedy. Maybe they should stop giving you that free advertisement. There you go. New sponsor, Jim Terry, private instigator. It's a reflection on who he is, not anyone he attacks. Mickey, I totally agree with that. Shirt sold when it be shipped. Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, why would you either way, why would you want to buy a shirt? Like some loser left a comment the other day saying like, I'm unsubbing and I'm going to buy a shirt. How is that an insult? Like, for real, how is that an insult? I was like, the people that follow him are too dumb for words. You're not insulting me by telling me you're about to promote me. Okay. That's my copyright photo? No. I don't care. It was a bad angle. I don't give a fuck. He thinks I care. I don't care. That's what he doesn't get. Everything that he's done, I don't care. And he doesn't grasp that. It is funny. That's what I'm saying. Let's just tell it as is. The guy fell head over heels for Laura, and when she took him on and showed no interest in him, he had to attack. That's his pattern. But I really don't think he likes females. I'm not going to lie. I really don't. I mean, the way he got so upset about I attacked his sexuality, he attacks everybody's sexuality. That's what I'm saying, Mickey. Free advertising. I mean, he makes it out like the photo, like, you know, it's something horrible. Okay, everyone's got a bad angle. He gets you don't care, and that makes him crazy. That's true, Tony. That is true. But, you know, I'm not, people are like, oh, she should just stop talking. I'm not afraid of him. Let him do whatever he's got to do. I'm hoping he crosses the line is what I'm hoping for. Exactly, Bonnie. And I've done nothing to him. But I really do. I hope he crosses the line. That's what I'm waiting for. Saying he sees why men beat women. Because that's who he is. This could be a good thing for you in Dylan's case and Jim and the PI goes away. You might have 100,000 of fans in the future. That's true. But like I said, I don't really plan on talking about Dylan's case much more because until there's something to talk about. Because there's really nothing there. Like, nothing. My daughter can probably beat him up. I agree. And I am. He had like 2,000 people in there just talking about me. Trust me, Jim, I don't have 2,000 haters. I can promise you that. Exactly, Cormac. That's my point. Oh, there are some, Gemini. There's a lot of women that are, oh, we love you, Jim. Yeah. And it wasn't Doug because I watched to see if Doug was on camera or not. Yeah, it wasn't Doug. They're legit idiots that he's so wonderful. Okay. Yeah, that's true too, Anita. Good point. I hope anyone that bought a t-shirt didn't give Jim your address. He said exactly the same to the wife in 2006 as he said about Laura in 2022. Snatch hooker. Exactly, Lacey. Good point. Doug said he called you to try to help. Doug never called me. Called you to try and help you get you. No, he didn't. That's a blatant fucking lie. Doug has never called me. Unless I'm talking about you have never even watched you. They just take. Exactly, Capone. Or they're people like fucking Tropical Jill. Venereal Jill is what I'm going to call her. Think they have, that's what I'm saying, Gemini. There's nothing more to cover. Like, it's kind of dead. Bad word to use, but you know what I mean. Yeah, he's always been gay accusations. Till it's done to him, then he has fucking heart failure. He said that live. Yeah, tell him to prove it. Because, no, Doug has never called me. So that's a lie. And why does he need to talk to me to get Jim to stop? Just out of curiosity. He doesn't need me. He could just cut Jim off. It's not like he's doing anything for the case. That's true, Dancer with Wolves. Good point. I think those women who like Jim are the same ones that write love letters to serial killers in prisons. Good job. Do like they called MGL out, but he went off the rails after that. Okay, is it me or does Laura make you laugh? Thanks, Mickey. I know, I just... Totally. Well, that's a good thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That was pretty much the last thing on Jim that I had that I was going to discuss. Because now Jim is after you. The playing of calls, he made all that stuff. Yeah, but I don't even care. Like, when I say I don't care, people don't believe me. He can't hurt me with food stamps. I'm not on them. But he doesn't want to believe me. So keep calling him, harassing him. They'll go after you. Every one of my family and friends have been warned. So there's nothing he can do to me. Coaches have been warned. Teachers have been warned. Schools have been warned. Everyone's been warned. Dayton's coach thought I was nuts, but I had to do it. I had to tell him what was going on. That some fake PI is calling, stalking me and going around. And if he calls, call the police. Here's who you call. Just ask for this detective. I've told everybody. Me too, Mickey. I'd like him back. And he just... I'm trying to think, is there anybody left he can call? No, there's not. I mean, I've got every single person in my life that matters is covered. Yeah, can you imagine? Oh, that's what I want to look at. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Pinellas County, Florida has 157 schools, 96,068 students. Okay? 157 schools Jim is banned from. Think about it. He is banned from all public schools in Pinellas County. There are 157 of them. Think about that. He said, you think you have everyone you know covered, but you don't, and next Tuesday he'll reveal it all. Okay, Jim. Thank you for keep talking about me, Jim, because you know what you're doing? You're building my fan base. You really are. Because people are going to see you're a fraud, and because you keep talking about me, even the ones that don't know me are going to come over. I have gotten PayPals from people who say, I can't believe I was fooled by him. Here's my apology. All he's doing is helping me. So he thinks that he's going to put on someone fake or someone phony. You go right ahead, Jim. You make up any story you can. Just keep showing everyone how you go real life, and you just bring in people like putty in my hands. You're just tossing them over to me. You're just making me money. So thank you. Keep doing it, Jim. I'm loving it. Loving it. Because they really are. Like, you are showing everybody what a piece of shit you are, and they're coming over here. So thank you. Let them keep doing it. And because he's such a scammer, he could fucking have anybody. Where's the call with my husband? Where's Ron's call? How come he didn't bother playing it, Jim? He's such a fucking fraud. It's ridiculous. Keep the stamps, I want food. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, he's just making me a focus, and who are you entertaining? Who you're showing everybody you're a real lifer. Stand-up comedian? Maybe. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, you're just bringing me people. I don't even have to do anything, and you're bringing me people. Because you're just showing what a piece of shit you are. So, okay, keep doing it. He thinks I have a problem with this. I don't. And the more victim he makes me, the more people are going to leave. The more people are going to leave in fucking droves. Because they're going to say, nah, that ain't cool. That even my haters, some of my haters have reached out to me and said, I can't believe what he's doing, and this is wrong. You know, we may not have gotten along, but this is way wrong, and nobody should be doing this to anybody. It's the internet. So let him keep bringing them. I'm okay with it. Just let him keep bringing them. Jim didn't have much on the recording. It was mostly him talking and only played a few minutes stuff. That's what I'm saying. But, like, let him keep coming, bringing him over. He did play Ron live. Yeah, but Ron didn't say any of the things that he said. That's what I'm saying. He played a clip of it. But at the end of the day, he's a real lifer. That's just the bottom line. He is a real lifer. And people that support that kind of real life, calling people's husbands and shit, well, if that's who you support, then you go right ahead. But most people will not support that. Yeah, he promises bombshell recording how I was a hooker and everything. Yo, okay, Jim. He's not even vindictive. He's just a psychopath. To be honest, Doug is slowly losing me as a viewer. Wish I had the money to become part of this fam. I give 0 fucks about it. Look at my messenger. Okay. I gotta make sure I'm not screen sharing. Oh, Facebook Messenger? Oh, there you go. Oh, what's this? Hold on. Where'd it go? Why isn't it playing?
What I said. He wasn't with no girl. Ever. The original person that helped him was a female. The one who we initially looked for, his family was from South Florida. I'm not saying that he wasn't sleeping under a bridge, but he's gone for quite some time. The initial person that helped him the first 2 days. Okay.
Hang on.
Am I wrong here? Go and see if, are you done? Or... I mean, what's he done? The kid is, from the conversations I've had with the family, what I said from the beginning was true. He was alive. He was out there and initially helped by that woman. He was taken to the train station.
That's false, Jim. I mean,
let me finish.
Oh, well.
Finish about what I said.
He wasn't with no girl. Ever.
The original person that helped him was the female. The one who we initially looked for, whose family was from South Florida. I'm not saying that he wasn't sleeping under a bridge, but he was gone for quite some time. The initial person that helped him the first 2 days.
Okay.
Am I wrong? You're telling me I'm wrong in that?
I am telling you you're wrong. That's what I'm telling you, and I'm also asking, I mean, you honestly feel like you earned that money you took?
I'm sorry, who is this? You're the stepfather, right? You're the one that's, you're like a former crackhead or something.
Oh, yeah, and you're a fucking former football player. I seen you're a fucking kicker,
I'm not
dude.
Or anything, partner. I have a career. You're a fucking drug addict.
Oh, I am, bud. Okay.
Listen, I've heard all about you.
You've heard from Tabor's fucking stepdad.
The car that you don't have and drive out there and go get the
I do have a fucking car, dumbass. You ain't done shit, Jim.
Go get the kid.
You ain't done a goddamn thing.
Why don't you get in the car?
Why don't you kiss my fucking ass? You ain't done shit, Jim. You're the biggest piece of shit I've ever met, dude. You're gonna be all over goddamn Facebook, buddy.
The money. Let me ask, how much money did you pay for me, sir? How much money?
$2,700.
You didn't pay shit, you douche.
I just fucking said it, you fucking douchebag.
Your voice until 30 seconds.
Exactly, because I fucking just sit here and listen. I expected you to do your goddamn job, Jim.
You ought to sit there and listen. I'm going to tell you what the boy's father said. He wants nothing to do with his mother, and he obviously wants nothing to do with his father. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
I don't know who the fuck you are, Mr. I'm fucking goddamn fucking Dan Marino motherfucking fake ass bitch.
If he was smart, he'd come home and get drugs from you, huh?
Oh yeah, if you're smart, you come over here and suck my ass.
Do you think you're talking to?
Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
You bitch.
Yeah, I seen your little pussy ass fucking football fucking shit
That if you were
on Facebook.
I'd knock
You're fucking right. You ain't knocking shit out. You never fucking call me here again, you fucking suck it, Jim. You're broke up like I've never even fucking been. I've been arrested one fucking time when I was 18 years old. That's it, Jim. This kid, get in the fucking car and go get him. Oh, we're gonna have to because I'm calling to see if are you done?
Hey, that's Good Egg. No, I have no idea who that is. I'm totally kidding. But I do know that conversation was from a client that he hired. A client that hired him, and that's how he treated him. Yeah, you thought that Good Egg, she's gonna kill me. She's like, that's not me. But I don't know who the girl is. I don't know if she's part of the family. I have no idea. Dan Marino looking motherfucker. That was great. But that's like somebody calling me. I mean, let's put this into perspective. That's like somebody calling me who didn't like their candle, which I haven't had yet. But if they didn't like their candle and me cursing them out. Okay, I'm sorry. What don't you like about it? How can I make this right? Blah, blah, but you don't fucking curse somebody. Like, that's not good business. Sorry, but it's not. Yeah. Nope, sorry. You just don't do that. You don't do that when you own a business. Explains it all. The Post? What do you mean? And the title is that is Scammer Alert. Jim Terry, James Michael Terry. Oh, it's some girl, Melissa. It's Good Egg. No. Classic with that line, Dan Maria. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Clearly an unhappy person, not happy with where he's at in life. No wonder he isn't married. Or he's gay. Oh, Dan Marino. I don't know anything about football. So Dan Marino never won a Super. I thought he did. I thought Dan Marino was like pretty well known. You can, but good luck keeping your business. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I mean. Like, you just don't... The guy hired you. The guy gave you $2,700 and you gave him completely false information. That's like me sending someone a candle from the dollar store, for $36. Well, here you go. It's from the dollar store. Like, you just don't do that. He defaults to calling people crackheads. He is the crackhead. I agree with that, too. It just fucked up, though. You just don't do that. Period. End of story. No Super Bowl, but a great quarterback. But it was just funny the way the guy said it. You Dan Marino looking motherfucker. Can you pull him up? The Facebook page on him. The football one? Well known for never winning a Super Bowl. I didn't know that. I thought Dan Marino won a Super Bowl. Shows you how much I follow football. What Facebook page? The exposing Mississippi licensed PI Jim Terry? Okay, why is he come up on Making a Murderer discussion group? I don't think there was a Jim Terry in Making a Murderer. not licensed in Mississippi, right? He's Missouri. Isn't he Missouri, not Mississippi? Someone in the group posted GL's link. The business application is what he uses to justify being a PI. He's not in Mississippi, isn't it? Oh, Biloxi. Oh yeah, it is Mississippi. I'm thinking Missouri. I don't know why. Oh, you know, I don't know. My brain is... I'm thinking Massachusetts. I'm an idiot. Alright, so in this video, it matters. Hold on. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know why. I was thinking Massachusetts, Missouri, too many M's. That's crazy, though. Mississippi doesn't require a license for PI. Anybody can pay the business license fee as low as $20 and get access to all the databases that a private investigator has access to. He could be a serial rapist. That's crazy. Well, that's what they're saying. All you need is a... No, you don't even have to have a business degree. At least you didn't then. That's crazy.
The chat on Ross. You go now my channel, Jim Terry TV. My channel, good looking chicks. I tell the women that follow me on here are hot. These are hot Ross. The chat on Ross. You go to this. You go to Queen Bee. You know what you get? Frustrated lesbians.
Yeah. Oh, lesbians.
White chicks that date black guys. White chicks that date black guys because they couldn't get a white dude. All of those channels are full of the women. They're full of the women that didn't get invited to prom. And then they watch Grease at home during prom and make fun of everybody's photos. That's what we're dealing with here. Frustrated white women. We'll get it.
Future reference. When I'm sharing on Facebook, do not message me on Facebook. Here's a good thing. There is no true healthy communication and problem solving with narcissists. Narcissists run with confrontation because they don't want to take responsibility for their part in anything. They gaslight and manipulate the conversation. They bring the focus back on you by bringing up what you did wrong in the past. They get mad at you for getting mad at them. Anything to take the focus off them and avoid taking responsibility. Amen to that.
Or
Can you rephrase that, please?
I says I would really like if they were
Like
interested.
to go free, not get if you.
If they would like to go free or get out of the charges or whatever, they might need a private investigator that knows something about this if they think their client's innocent. I would love to talk to those attorneys. And I could work under an attorney in a state. And then they would be able to, and I would do that for nothing because it would get me closer to the case. The only problem is they would probably have some expectation of privacy. You know what I mean? But I would definitely talk to them.
There would probably be a chance of that.
Let me say, Jason Jensen said today, he's like, I would never, something about a case. He's like, I would never reveal what I cover in a case. I don't talk about the families or anything. And I was like, yeah, Jim, take note. I've seen that rip-off report. Jim Terry is a fraud on Twitter. Who put out this? I've seen this. I've seen that. Narcissists manufacture chaos in the lives of others. It gives them the drama and entertainment they are looking for. They like to triangulate and pit people against each other. Unless they feel in control and in charge of other people's lives and situations, they are just not happy. I don't know who... Oh, that was Candace Howard that posted that. Characteristics of a narcissist: self-centered, constantly thinking about yourself, focus on getting your own needs met, sense of entitlement or superiority, lack of empathy, manipulative or controlling, strong need for admiration. I only work one case at a time. Aiden Clune, Dylan Rounds, and Alex Easterly. All at the same time. Jim harassing a 14-year-old. Sure did. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. JD Drag Club. By the way, Jim said if his YouTube channel gets shut down, he might do an OnlyFans page. I wouldn't doubt it. Hold on. Someone's using my name? Hold on.
Lulu is sending a $19.99 super sticker, hippo character falling to the ground in a dramatic way, bursting into tears with the words epic fail in the background. I just got a visual of that, Lulu, and I'm going to have to shut my camera so I don't laugh. So, that was a pretty funny visual, so thank you for the super chat and for the laugh. Here's Black Dove.
Oh, it's crime time.
So Black Dove is saying, I don't want any money. I have never taken any either. Yeah, he's even been offered a channel. So, you know, it's just, Black Dove's never asked me for anything. He's never said anything like that. His focus, whenever I've spoke to him, has always been about the case. Not other things, not money, not... he doesn't even want his own channel. Like, this is just a guy that's interested in this case. And that's why I find him interesting, because of his analytical mind and, his comments that he's made. So that's really all it is for me. If people aren't going to be nasty to me and stuff, I don't have a problem with them either. What others say is on them. I'm not going to hold one person accountable for something somebody else did. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So, but anyway, Rainy Doe, all you trolls are lucky that I don't have a rent because I wouldn't feel bad. Yeah, I think we still have a fake Lori or Lori. What's her name? Laura in here. I think we still have that. You have a fake me in here. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is the real Laura. Okay. What is she saying? You have a fake me in here. I've been live for over 2 hours. Okay, Laura, thanks. I did not know you were live. That's why I said if it wasn't you. So thanks for clearing that up. I appreciate it. No drama here. So, Black Dove. There's the real Laura. Yeah. So,
all right. Yeah, someone sent me a text that there was a fake me over in Jess's, and it said, you're a dumbass, Jess, and you and Jim's right about your sausage fingers, your husband happy he gets something basement. Like, why would I even say something like that? And you know how you know that's Jim? I would never say Jim is right, ever in my entire fucking life. So there's that. I think Jim's one of the biggest fucking trolls I've ever seen, to be honest. Hey, Modest Man. That was Jim. That's what I'm saying. I think it was Jim, too. I really do. I just can't even believe it. Like, I would never even say that. If you're going to pretend to be me, at least come up with a better me. You know what I mean? Like, be a better me. Make it like people write as me. There's certain things that I do that most don't do that you would really have to understand. Like, you'd really have to study me to know it's me. Did anyone get Tracy's Cash App on Doug's channel? I want to send money to a little boy. Tracy who? No, I've never even had a conversation with her. Like, that. How would she know? Like, I've literally never even had a conversation with her. I didn't even know she knew my real... Well, then again, I guess she would. Yeah, he says Sasha's fingers on it. That's what I'm saying. He's so, like, now he's pretending to be me? Okay, Jim. Oh, even using my old pic now. Oh, they're using an old picture. Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even realize that. They're not even using a current picture. Yeah, I demand a better class of a clone. I agree. Totally agree. You can't because he's a dumbass. Or it's someone old. It's one of my old haters. Who knows? I don't even know what picture. That's an old picture. Fucking idiots. He was flipping a hot dog on his live. Why is this Facebook not working? Oh, here's another family from May 19th. This afternoon, I was contacted by... Please share this post. Okay. Katie Sapansky? This afternoon, I was contacted by an individual named Jim Terry. Phone numbers used to contact people are 813-993-2242 and 228-546-1767. In the last 72 hours, several friends of ours have offered to fund a private investigator out of love and support for our family. I had thought he was a local PI reaching out. I learned within minutes of the call ending that he was not who I thought he was and instead was a public personality who was digging for information about our daughter Danielle, a juvenile. I also learned that he had been contacting multiple family members trying to get information. I immediately returned the call and let him know the following. We are asking you to cease and desist from anything related to this case in our family. We did not hire you. You are not working on behalf of the Skapansky family. You are not working on behalf of Milwaukee Police Department. We do not give you consent to post or discuss this case or our family on any platform. You'll be receiving this in writing from my attorney. He yelled at me, told me he would go to the media immediately and that he could do whatever he wanted. Jim was not hired by this family. Obviously, this is a tender time that we are navigating as a family. When the police told us to let the media know she was missing, we struggled immensely with the decision as we do not want our daughter treated like an object on public display. We want her home. In looking at Jim Terry and the way he is willing to talk publicly about young children, this is not a person we would partner with in any way to find Danielle. Please do not talk to him, share any information with him, or participate in the continued damage that has been done to Danielle by his actions. She is not news. She is our daughter. It's pretty heavy. I wonder if she was found. Chase Venture's girlfriend. Chase left starving with a baby in the desert. Jim 100% giveaway point sausage fingers. Yeah, he did say that. I don't think she's been found. But then again, there's no new updates. Does anyone know if this girl was found? I don't see it. Hey, JL. Peeked in 2 minutes to a stream and saw him drop his PayPal and chat every 10 seconds. This is a money grab. Oh, absolutely, it's a money grab. Your buddies are buying right into it, GL. Your buddies are all supporting them. Now I want to know if this chick was ever found. I am Wonder Twin. Or Energy CC. Or my real name. I'm curious if this girl was found. Good night, Mickey. I'm getting off in a minute anyway. It's 3 a.m. Doug and Jim will fall out over money. Nah. They're going to fall out because Jim will move on. Yeah, he's got a pattern of threatening children. That we see. The missing female's name is Danielle Skapansky. Scepanski. I'll spell it out. It's 4 a.m. there? Yeah, it's late. It is late. Late. So, alright, I'm gonna get off. I gotta get to bed. So most of the candles from last night went out for anyone that emailed me. I just have the big one that I have to send out because I gotta double check who won the big one. Does anyone remember who won the big one? Dude, what's her name win both? The small one and the big one? Because that's how I remember it. I gotta watch it. Hit that thumbs up. 4 a.m. in the ATL. There's not 38 likes. There's 77 likes. Alright. I am getting off. I gotta be up early and go buy some lotto tickets. See what I can find. Yeah, let me know if you can find anything, Carol. I'm just curious because I'm not seeing an update. And she was the one that I posted. So I'm just kind of curious. But on that note, I'm going to bed. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Don't get hooked into Alex Jones. Bad news. Bad news. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. And thank you guys for super chats, PayPals, Cash Apps. And I went back to check. Yeah, there's nothing. You bought your lotto tickets? Yeah, I heard it's 800 million. Someone told me tonight. So I'll be up early. I don't worry. The winning ticket sold already. Well, it will be sold as of tomorrow, and then I'll be rich, and that's it. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace out.